We're just mere weeks away from the official OCG release of the newest core set, Blazing Dominion, which has given us not only some brand new Red Dragon Arching support, but some new Mimical support and a brand new Dominus Trap card that might make side decking a little bit interesting. But before we get into the four new monster cards that four more new monster cards that have been added to the set, I want to just show off something that I picked up this past Sunday at Bear Cave. Big shout outs to Billy and Corey for the incredible hospitality over at Bear Cave CCG in Northridge, California. Um, I ended up picking these up in a trade. So I picked up a OTS 18 Dasher, which perfect for the hero decks. Rarity Collection 1 Mega Knight Crusadia Abramax, Dragons of Legend 1 Magic Hands, Dragons of Legend 1 2 couple of Prominence Hands, 2 Snatch Deals from the newest set, Phantom Revenge, and then of course a couple of Photon tokens from the OTS 29 set. But those hits may have been really cool. These next ones are gonna be are crazy. QCR Torrential Tribute from the Tins. Starlight Raigeki, which I was looking for this one, and one of the craziest cards ever that I've ever picked up. Yeah, Hobby League 4 Ultra Rare Graceful Charity, arguably one of the strongest banned draw cards in existence. And this card in particular, the Hobby League cards are actually kind of I didn't realize it, but they're actually banned. They're forbidden from official tournament play because of the fact that they're just like too thick. Which I don't blame them. Like, I don't blame them. It's really cool. It's really cool to have in a binder. But obviously these things, obviously they can go up in price at any given time. As I'm putting the QCR back in my sleeve, because I'm using this as I'm using this in my Blackwing Edison deck, which Bear Cave I went X2, crazy enough. But yeah, shout outs to Bear Cave for those cards. I saw that they had other copies of Raigeki. They had a copy of DD's Count Surveyor, which I need that for my DD deck. And there was a couple others that they had that I wanted to get my hands on. So shout outs to both Billy and Corey. If you guys are watching this, because I know that they just recently subscribed to my channel, be sure to hang on to those for me, because I'm gonna pick those up next time I go over to Bear Cave. But without any further ado, 4 more cards have been added to Blazing Dominion, and I'm just gonna get straight into it. So we kick things off with Dracela, the Blood Tree Dragon Princess, which this is basically a new support card for the Dragon Plant decks, if you will. So decks like Pride of Plant and Black Rose are going to be 2 of the main components that are going to be there that this card will be useful in. So it's a 1-star Dark Plant tuner with 0 attack and defense, and both of its effects are once per turn, and you cannot special summon the turn you activate either effect except for Dragon and Plants. First effect reads: you can send 1 level 4 lower plant monster from your deck to the grave except this card. Special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, its level becomes the sent monsters. Second effect reads: you can banish this card and 1 other plant monster from your grave. Special summon a dragon from your hand or grave. This can literally go in. This can help you go into go into Black Rose Dragon like really easy, like really easy. So you can send I'll say Twilight Rose Knight to your grave, and this card becomes level 4, and you get to side dread this card out. Once it's special summoned, you never got the chance to commit to a normal summon. So when you normal summon, I'll say what's a good example? Red Rose Dragon? No. White Rose? I think White Rose is level 3 if I remember correctly. You can basically go into Black Rose Dragon, and then synchro climb into a potential like level 10 or a potential like level 11 monster, which could be I don't know, say Psychic End Punisher. Could be interesting. Could be a very interesting card to use. Definitely going to be worth looking out for, because I have a feeling that card might end up making its way into the meta at some point. Next up, we have Diabrocken of the Ghost Light. Honestly, the artwork looks pretty cool. Looks really badass. Really badass. Anyway, it is a 6-star Fire Fiend with 2,000 attack and defense, and all 3 of its effects are once per turn. The first effect reads, which is a quick effect. You can banish 1 fire monster from your grave or face-up field. Special summon this card from your hand. Second effect reads, if this card is special summoned, you can target a face-up card on the field, negate its effects until the end of this turn. Third effect reads, if this card is sent to the grave as link material, you can set 1 quick play spell or normal trap that is in your grave because it was sent there this turn. Okay, so there are several decks that this card can be used in. It can be used in the Rescue Ace decks because of the fact that it's they're all fires, and you can easily go into set cards like Extinguish. I think there's quite a few spell and traps in the Rescue Ace archetype that you can set from your graveyard. You can use it in the Snake Eye decks because of the fact that you're able to you can use a little bit of level manipulation to go into a potential rank 6 or whatever. And crazy enough, you can also run it in Charmers because of the fact that you've got a lot of fires in this set, which includes obviously Hita the Fire Charmer, Familiar Possessed Hita the Fire Channeler. You got a lot of fires in the deck. In fact, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 fires in the main deck, with one additional fire in the extra deck, being Heat of the Fire Charmer Ablaze. So you definitely have options of what deck that card can go into. And what's really cool about this card is that again it's a Cyber Dragon. It's imperm, and you also get to set a card from your graveyard to your back row. So you have yourself a mini Omni Negate, if you will, which is cracked. I would probably say this will probably be one of the secret rares. When it gets released here for us in the TCG, it'll be interesting, very interesting. Next up we have Phydralis Harmonia. Phydralis Harmonia. It kind of looks like some form of like Albat support or something. Am I the only one that thinks that this is giving off like Albaz vibes? Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments. Let's see here. 7-star Dark Dragon Tuner with 2,500 attack, 2,000 defense, and the effect is a once per turn that reads: when your opponent activates a monster effect on the field as a quick effect, you can reveal this card in your hand and up to 5 synchro monsters in your extra deck. Apply these effects in sequence based on the total number revealed. Also, you cannot activate the effects of monsters special summoned from the extra deck until the end of your next turn, except for synchros. 2 or more special summon this card. 4 or more send one of the revealed synchro monsters to the grave. 6, destroy one monster your opponent controls. Okay. So this is kind of crazy because there are a couple decks that you can use this card in. There's a couple decks you can use this in the Red Dragon Archfiend decks because of the fact that the deck does have a level 1 non-tune. It does have a couple of level 1 non-tuners. If I remember correctly, there's a couple of level 1 non-tuners in the archetype that this card can be, that's in the deck, so you can go special this if you're able to find a way to special summon this guy out, and then normal summon the level 1 monster. You can go into a Red Dragon Archfiend without any problems whatsoever, and it basically lets you again depending on how many synchros you revealed in your extra deck. Again, this card can act as a Cyber Dragon. It can act as an extra Foolish Burial, and it can even also let you pop a card on the field. But again, as it states, as the card states, you can only use the effect once per turn. And it says apply these effects in sequence based on the total number revealed. So if you end up revealing all 6, if you end up revealing 6, you get to Sidra this card out, foolish one of the revealed monsters, and pop a card on your opponent's field at the same time. The only downside is that if this card gets hit with Ash, you're basically screwed next turn. 100% you're screwed next turn. But that brings us to the final card of the video, and it is known as Transient Masquerader of Illusion. And honestly, this kind of gives off the vibes of The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. It kind of gives off the vibes of Majora's Mask in a way. It's kind of cool. 8-star Earth Illusion with 2400 attack, 0 defense. And let's see here. The first effect, the first effect is a once per turn. The third effect is a once per duel. The first effect reads: if this card is normal or special summon, you can send one Fiend, Illusion, or Spellcaster from your deck to the grave. Then you can make this card's type become the sent monster's original type. Second effect reads: if this card battles a monster, neither can be destroyed by that battle. Third effect reads: if this card is in your grave, you can banish one spell from your grave, special summon this card. Okay, so interestingly enough, you can use this in several decks. You can use this in Fiendsmith. You can use this in the White Forest lab decks. You can use it in pretty much any deck that uses of fiends, illusions, or spellcasters in the deck. This card can be very, very abusive. And what's cool about this is that it literally can protect itself from battle, no matter how many times it gets attacked, or no matter how many times it attacks. Neither monster can be destroyed in battle. However, the only thing is that damage cal is still applied. So if this card's attack is higher than your opponent is still going to take the damage, which I mean it's all well and good. The only thing is that the battle phase, it's super like conditional, right? Like it can be like it can't like the battle phase could come up, but because that the games nowadays are like super quick, you usually you'll end up like scooping within like turn one, in turn one or turn two, depending on what your matchup is. But I will say that these four cards definitely going to be interesting. It'll be interesting to see what decks we could be seeing with these cards. Only time will tell. But with that being said, that will do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more card discussions in the future, then be sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. All of my ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.